Okay, so what do you do when you find yourself in love with two different people at the exact same time? It's it's a deeply personal and, let's be honest, an almost impossible feeling situation. But what if I told you there was a simple, if kind of surprising, rule to follow? Let's dive into a really counterintuitive way to navigate this emotional crossroads.
I mean, it's a question that can just tear you apart, right? On one hand, you've got this deep, established connection. But on the other, you've found this undeniable new bond with someone else. This isn't about blaming yourself or feeling guilty. It's really about listening to what your heart is trying to tell you.
So let's try and frame this a little differently. This isn't some kind of moral failure. Think of it more like a crossroads. It's a signal that something really profound is happening inside you. And to move forward, you've got to be totally honest with yourself. And this is how it usually goes down. You're in a committed relationship, one built on shared history, comfort, maybe even love. But then, out of nowhere, someone new enters the picture. And you feel this connection that's just electrifyingly powerful. And suddenly, you are caught in this massive internal conflict. Okay, so what if I told you there's a shockingly simple rule for this exact situation? It's a really bold piece of advice, one that just cuts right through all that confusion with one clear and, yeah, maybe controversial instruction. And there it is. The advice isn't to sit down and make a pro-con list or try to somehow juggle both relationships. No, it's a decisive, almost brutal rule. Choose the second person. The big question is, why?
So, what is the thinking behind such a radical idea? Well, it's not really about picking the quote-unquote better person. It's all about understanding what the very existence of a second love reveals about the first one.
The core argument is basically this. Falling for a second person isn't the problem itself. It's actually a symptom of the problem. It's a huge flashing sign that something absolutely essential was missing in your first relationship. That second connection, it simply filled a void that was already there. The logic is pretty straightforward when you think about it. A truly whole, fulfilling love just doesn't leave any room for another one to grow. The very fact that you were able to develop such deep feelings for someone else is kind of the ultimate proof that your first love wasn't as complete as you might have thought. But hold on, before you go making any huge life decisions, there is a massive caveat here. This rule is not a get-out-of-jail-free card to just end a relationship. It absolutely requires a moment of unflinching, total self-honesty. This right here is probably the most important question you have to ask yourself. Are you sure this new feeling is love? Because making a life-altering decision based on a misunderstanding of your own emotions, well, that can lead to even more pain for everyone involved. I mean, could it just be a really powerful attraction? Or maybe a sign that you're just feeling lost and confused in your life right now? Could it be a temporary escape from some frustration in your current relationship? Or just a mistake? Confusing any of these things with real true love is a massive risk. You could end up trading something valuable for something that's just fleeting. Ultimately, this whole thing is about way more than just your own happiness. It's about making an honest decision that respects the well-being of everyone involved in this triangle. This is the ethical heart of the whole matter. Whatever you decide to do, it has to be grounded in honesty. Deception, lies, leading people on, that is the one path that guarantees unhappiness for everybody. Think about it. When you're living a double life, nobody is truly free. You're trapped by the secret, and the other two people are trapped in relationships that aren't even real. The only way to give everyone a shot at genuine happiness is to make a choice and be completely honest about it. So, what does this all boil down to in practice? Here's a pretty clear action plan. First, you have to honestly, really honestly assess your feelings. Is this new connection actually love? If you decide it's not, then the advice is to recommit to your first relationship and get to work on what's broken. But if it is love, then the only truly honest path forward is to respectfully end that first relationship. In the end, this is the question that really matters. This isn't about being told who to love. It's about choosing a path that's built on truth. Because the life that's built on a lie, it's never going to lead to genuine happiness. Not for you and not for anyone else.